Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Welcome back. You're watching the channel that is the Kaiser Report, coming to you today on February 11th, and talking to you today a little bit about what a pleasure it is to have a president that is on the ball and watching each and every thing that is going on, not only in our government, but around the world, and being strong one more time with the strength of common sense. And I would like to take this opportunity today to tell you that Donald J. Trump, is the people's president, working for the people of the United States and the world, and the news media with their rhetoric about his failures and not going to be able to do this, and he can't do that. And Elon Musk is not appointed to be allowed to look into where our money is going. The people's president is now in charge. He's in charge of the borders. He's in charge of your tax dollars and wanting to know where the waste and graft has been taking place in these agencies. But take a look here at what the news media has to say about the election of Donald J. Trump by 77 million Americans across this nation.
Look, what Trump's actions over the past 7 days have told us is that he really doesn't actually care why Americans sent him to the White House. I hate to break this to all of you. You all know this.
He is the president of the United States. Imagine how the rest of the world is laughing at us about him.
My big prediction for this administration, it will churn out a steady stream of stupid policies. And when the consequences of those policies begin to hit Trump's approval rating, he will flip-flop, diminish, or abandon those policies.
Fake, disgusting news.
We begin today with our first assessment of how President Trump and his policies are doing just 3 weeks into his second term. Our CBS poll finds that a majority of Americans, 53%, approve of the job he's doing. That's a better approval number than he ever reached during his first term in the White House.
Think about that.
Every single day, all 20 days so far, he has been on the positive side of the ledger. So he has nearly doubled up the number of days in which he has a positive net approval rating from his first term. And we're only 20 days in. Every single day, Donald Trump has been in positive territory.
A steady stream of stupid policies. And when the consequences of those policies begin to hit Trump's approval rating, he will flip-flop.
To 70% so far. So a big reason why Donald Trump is significantly more popular now than he was at this point in his first term is because, simply put, the American people believe he is fulfilling his campaign promises.
Imagine how the rest of the world is laughing at us about him.
You're gonna die, clown! You think that's funny? I don't hear you laughing now! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Enough.
To the Democrats, I say, be careful what you wish for.
Well, I guess they are being found to be short and wanting in their hopes and prayers of continuing with the same old that the Democratic-run Congress, Senate, and presidency has shown us the capabilities of ripping off each and every one of us. And then when they run out of money because of their social programs that they tried to institute around the world, everything from paper straws to Sesame Street in Iraq to show them how important it is to indoctrinate your children earlier, which is exactly what's been going on in our institutions of learning in this country, and we're onto it now, and the Democrats are shaking in their shoes and trying to act out in the streets and crying in the wilderness about stopping Elon Musk and Doge from doing their job. And it was just a scant few hours ago on the news where we had a congresswoman screaming about Doge being a direct oligarchy, blah, 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 and she used the acronym in the wrong context. And it is not true, folks. We're awake now enough to realize that our tax dollars have not been going to good and not being used properly, and we see that, and it's right in your face in both North Carolina, East Tennessee, and out in California even, where those dummies that keep putting in the people who waste money are not taking care of their own population. It is almost a shame that now, with a people's president in charge, they're looking at the world through different eyes, and they're now looking at our country with a magnifying glass to find out where the bureaucrats that have been running things, and you want to talk about non-elected people, the bureaucrats that have been in the Biden-Harris administration and the Obama administration and the Bush administrations have taken advantage of the population of this country far too long. They were not in it for the people. They never were in it for the people, and now we realize that, and we're coming to the fact that it's being found out, and the Democratic side of the aisle is doing everything they can in their power to cancel the look into where it all went. And boy, when you looked at the list, if you watched any of Hannity last night or the Ingram angle where they scrolled through the dollars that were spent across the world on the most idiotic woke solutions that they could possibly indoctrinate other countries with on our dollar. And no one has been held to the fire over this until now. And now they are all worried. We know that the Biden crime family has enriched their entire family through the efforts of Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, and the brother and the wife and everyone involved in it. This is why they all received blanket pardons all the way back to 2014. And this was a cover-up so you didn't try to look behind that curtain of lies that people like Jen Psaki, who you saw here earlier on that clip, and the like of Rachel Maddow will lie straight-faced to you, positioned to do exactly that by the people who are ripping you off. It's come to light now. They don't like it, and they're fighting tooth and nail from keeping you to find out, you, the population, the voter, from finding out where the corruption, the graft, and the misuse of our tax funds are actually going. And who benefits from this? The lobbyists benefit from it, and they pay off the politicians. I've asked you time and time again to please write me here and on the comment section and let me know how you can go into Congress, such as AOC or anybody of that quality, goes into Congress poor and comes out in a scant 2 years and has $1 million in their checking account. You cannot convince me anything wasn't corrupt there. And yet we have them sitting on TV programs every day trying to tell you what's wrong with Elon Musk, that he's stupid and he's the most ignorant billionaire in the world, and so on and so on. And Jen Psaki, who was the liar-in-chief for the Biden administration when he was in there, and also the Obama administration. She continues to spin the spin that was her job to convince you that they were okay. There was nothing wrong with Joe Biden, never was. And then we had Karine Jean-Pierre, that little liar that took over for Jen Psaki, continued to do the same thing. And when she got caught with the lie, she got angry, closed the big book of answers, and walked out of the press room, leaving everybody going, what happened? What happened was you got too close to the sun and you were going to get burned finding out the truth. So everything just got dropped, and we spent 4 years crying in the wilderness about the economy, the price of eggs, the price of gasoline, and the price of insurances to keep your home safe, which they let the insurance companies run amok. And don't even get me started on what's going on in the pharmaceutical industry and their lobby that has taken over Washington, and we all, especially seniors, are suffering for that. Well, we now have the people's president that has the proper people slated to be put in charge of the healthcare system that will look into this and let us know exactly what's going on with the big farm lobby that is enriching these Democratic senators and Congress people, and then you have the other side of the aisle that's just as guilty in some cases, and then we have a handful of real people that were elected to do the job of the people, and they are being rounded now and backed by the people's president. And I have never been happier to turn on the TV and see Donald Trump daily talking to the press corps and giving them the answers. And yes, he's a weaver, and he weaves in and around what he has to talk about on an everyday basis. You're kept up to speed on exactly what's going on with Doge, with anybody that is running to fill that cabinet seat that is being thwarted. If you don't mind, go on to C-SPAN and watch these senators try to grill people like Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., and anyone else that Trump has put up that has the wherewithal and the common sense to add to that governmental job, common sense, and look at things as they should be looked at, and do the decisions made to benefit the people and the citizens of this country that elected this president to get this job done. We watched 4 years of literal non-presidential behavior, laying on a beach in Rehoboth while the world burned. And now we have a president with a very large fire extinguisher that let us know yesterday that if these hostages by 12 noon this coming Saturday are not all released, they would be held to pay, and he can't control what Israel will do. But if I were Hamas, I would be scurrying for a boat ride to somewhere safe, because they are no longer in charge of Gaza or anything else. And Iran, you better watch out, because it's coming for you if you continue to push these people that would do what we saw these hostages come out looking like. It was the Holocaust all over again. These people are animals, and there is no other way but to corral them and get them out of charge in that country. And then maybe you'll see the Palestinian people that have not been brainwashed have a chance at a better life in wherever they end up. But Gaza has been a locked-in jail for these people. They hid behind them. They hid behind school children, and they also hid behind hospitals because their value of a human life is about the value of the 2-cent penny that we produce here in this country and will no longer be produced. And that is the Tuesday Kaiser Report coming to you from East Tennessee. And Kaiser and I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful rest of this Tuesday. God bless. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned to the Kaiser Report for more commentary and information as it comes. God bless. Bye-bye.